thank you so much for coming to your weekly love reading. This love reading is for June 9th through June 15th. This should resonate for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Those of you that are cross-watching, welcome, welcome. This can either be your situation or your partner's. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to receive alerts for when I post my readings. Also, please feel free to comment. I really love reading what you guys have to write and interacting with you, and I really try to respond to everyone. With that being said, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please feel free to check out my website. It is aaftarot.com, or you can click on the link in the comment section below, or not the comment section, the description section. And with that being said, Leo, let's go ahead and hop directly into your reading. All right, who's Leo's person of interest? Who's Leo's person of interest? 6-9 through 6-15. Who's Leo's person of interest romantically, or who's coming in for Leo romantically? Okay, we have the 8 of Cups. Hopefully you guys can see this. All right. How does Leo feel about them romantically? How does Leo feel about them romantically? Their person of interest. Okay. 6 of Wands. What is the current issue or situation with Leo and their romantic partner? Okay, you have the Prince of Cups. What's the external influence or block for these two romantically? The Chariot. Okay. And what is the best potential outcome here for this week? 6-9 through 6-15 for Leo and their person of interest. Okay, King of Wands. So there you are, Leo. All right, I feel like for whatever reason, you guys have been really trying to stay very balanced, have a lot of zen, not necessarily, you know, reach out. I feel like, you know, there's definitely a sense of, I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like you guys are really in a place where you're trying to instill a level of like peace and tranquility here. And I know that sounds crazy because you're like, what the hell? But I feel like you're no longer in your head about something, because if we're taking a look at all of the spread here currently, there's a couple things that I do want to mention. First of all we have is Cups and Wands, okay? So that's a lot of emotions with action, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to mention is the fact that we only have one major arcana here. So primarily this week coming up is really something that I feel like, you know, you guys have complete control over. I do feel like for whatever reason, you're no longer carrying, you know, any type of burden that you may have, okay? 10 of Wands. I do feel like, you know, there is a lot of forward movement, and I feel like for some reason this week you may possibly need to, or feel like, you know, one, you're either being dragged, right? Maybe you're exuding a lot of energy and trying to force something, or simply put, you know, you're needing to really release something in order to have that transformation. Okay, so I'm going to be done talking now. I'm going to go ahead and pull these cards. So you have the 8 of Cups. This can be somebody that you walked away with. This also can be somebody that you're no longer talking to, possibly a Pisces, or maybe they have Pisces in their chart. This also can be, you know, some type of new situation or new relationship coming about, because you do have the Ace of Wands. You may be sexually attracted to this person, or, you know, have a lot of sexual energy towards them. However, I do feel like there is a waiting period, because you're over here waiting for them to change, possibly a Sag. It's like, you know, it's karma, right? It's like you're hoping that this person, like, you know, that they're making the adjustments in their life in order for this wheel to change. It's also like, what direction is the wheel going? You know what I mean? Like, is there gonna be some type of, you know, hard conversation here with you and your partner that needs to be had. One that's very truthful, right? One that exposes, you know, whatever type of lies or deceit from the past, but also something that gives you a level of peace and harmony and rebalancing the situation. That's something I get strongly, and that can be from the fact of you really leaving something behind. Or it can also be, you know, here's Aquarius, right? This is Mercury in Aquarius. Really taking a step back from this person and having a very detached type of mentality when you're looking at this. And I think that that may be hard for you. Or let me rephrase this. Either this is how your partner is right now. This is how your partner's coming across. Maybe you guys are only having communication, you know, through texts or Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or something like that, because it's coming across as very detached and there's not a lot of emotions here. So the fact that your partner is coming up with this Six of Swords, again, you know, I don't know. More card about their partner, please. The Magician, also maybe dealing with a Gemini, Aries, or Virgo. You know, this person has a lot to offer. I really do think the hard thing for you, Leo, is the fact that this person has everything to offer and it's really all at their fingertips, right? It's only if they take that next action, like there's a level of action that's needed to transform whatever they want, right? And that is the Eight of Wands, right? That's a level of communication. That's a level of, you know, physical action that needs to be taken. And it's funny because you're right here, Leo. It's like, hello. It's almost like, let me see, what's being communicated? Queen of Cups, possibly a Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. More so Cancer energy here. It's almost like this person needs to express how much they love you or how much they care about you. This card just flipped out, you know, because I think, and it's funny, it's the Seven of Wands, and this is definitely Leo, and this is Mars and Leo. So that's definitely about the ability to stand up and fight. It's like you want them to fight for your love. You want them to say like, hey, listen, I know it's an uphill battle, right? Because it is. I know it's an uphill battle. However, I'm willing to put the time in and I'm willing to put the work in order to show you how much I love you and how much I care about you. And honestly, stepping up to the plate and bossing up and making some type of offer, making some type of gesture that you guys can put your hands on, that you can hold, as well as, you know, a level of commitment. One card here for Leo's person of interest. Ten of Wands. I also think too, you know, with this coming out, the Ten of Wands, this one's all about success and penetration. You know, I think after this period of waiting or a period of no talking that you and this person have had, where it was like, I think for you guys, things popped off super quick. And then when things slowed down or that fire burned out, it was like, okay, now you're left with the rest of the person, and what do you do with them? You know what I'm saying? And I think for you guys are hyper attached to them because you guys are a fixed sign. And, you know, with that fixed energy, you guys are very loyal, right? You guys are very focused and stable and independent, but also like very, very like, I don't know, you know, persistent. Right? And you guys have a very attached type of nature. So I think that if you attach to somebody super quick, which obviously we see with all the wands, right? After that all happens and all there's this love and this passion and this romance. And then after that, it's like, oh shit, the rose-colored glasses come off. And now you see what this person really is. And you see that they need a little bit more work than what was, you know, what you initially thought. This person has, a period to go, right? And I think that with that Ten of Wands, it's like you guys are going to get this. Like this person wants that. It's just the progress. Like it's taking the steps to prove to you. It's no longer just acknowledging it, but it's also putting forth some type of action. Really quick, for those of you guys that are offended easily, probably the wrong channel for you. However, I do have these cards. They're from the Rebel deck. They're pretty funny. They're just like little sayings. Woo! And I really, really like them because this is a couples edition, so it has like little funny sayings and stuff, and it's really just straight to the point. So what's something that Leo needs to know about their partner? What's something that Leo needs to know about their partner, or that needs to be said to Leo about their partner? Okay. What's something... Ooh, all these cards are shooting out. They're like, we got a lot to say. Hold on, Leo. Okay. It's the fact that, like, they can't say thank you enough. And I do think that they deserve, or you deserve, a medal for putting up with their ass. Okay? I do think, too, though, for whatever reason, I am getting the fact that, you know, this person may feel like, you know, sometimes you're a lot to handle. But it can be the fact that they're just not elevated yet. Right? That can be the possibility. Okay. How you feel about this person is the Six of Wands. Give me more information on how Leo feels. The Six of Wands with the Eight of Swords. Okay. So it's kind of interesting here. This is definitely Gemini energy. You know, I feel like for some reason you feel like you're contained, right? It's like on the outside, you're showing everybody the Six of Wands. You're out. People are looking at you. You're looking more, you know, beautiful than ever. You know, or this person is like they're being received like they don't care. However, I think for you, you feel like they're very much in their head, or you are in your head about them. A lot of times, what I've been realizing is like we mirror our partners, right? Like things that we are struggling with, they're struggling with as well. What are they in their head about? The Three of Cups. You know, this can be either a third-party situation, or this can simply be if you guys are at a distance, you know, getting together and having a reunion. There may be a little bit of anxiety about that. What's the energy of the Three of Cups? The King of Cups. Okay, so that is Scorpio, Leo, Cancer, or Pisces. However, it's big time Leo energy as well as Scorpio energy. You know, this person, they may have, you know, heavy Scorpio in their chart. They also may have Leo as like a moon sign, or a Venus or something like that. That may be coming in strongly. But I feel like, you know, there's a lot of anxiety here about this person's next actions towards you. There's a lot of anxiety here, I think, on what you guys don't know, what's not being shown, what, you know, this person is planning on coming and offering. I do feel like, however, you know, it's also about a very passive energy, even though that this is a very fixed, right? Fixed energy, but it's still, there's something very passive about it because it is the King of Cups. Yep. And I said, how would Leo feel about this? And it's the Queen of Wands. So, and that's, you know, Cancer or Aries, but this can also be you, right? I think for you, having that open communication with this person, I think that that's important. And I think it's about you guys establishing your home, right? Like there's a big emphasis here, especially with a lot of the Cancer energy or the water energy, on home, right? On stability, on, you know, security and nurturing, and really, really building some type of foundation here. What does Leo like about this person? Justice. Okay, they may be a Libra. You can like the fact, you know, you can like their mind. You can like the fact that, you know, they're very balanced, that, you know, they can offer you the emotional stability as well as the mental, you know, mentally stimulate you, right? You can also like the fact that this person, for the majority of the time, can be very fair. But I do think you like the duality, I'm going to be honest. However, you know, I also think too with this Eight of Pentacles, you know, I think that there is a potential of working well with one another, but there's a lot of learning that needs to happen. And I think for you, Leo, you don't mind being the teacher, but they have to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, I'm going to teach you, and this is Virgo, I'll teach you, but you have to be willing and open, you know, enough to accept, you know, whatever I'm giving you, because obviously the same thing's not working. So you may like the fact that this person is willing, you know, to right their wrongs, or willing to put in the effort in order to be with you. What does Leo not like about this person romantically? The Hierophant. I think at times this person tends to look down on you. I think that at times this person can be very one-sided. I think that this person has a hard time seeing different perspectives at times, even though you do have Justice here. However, I think the thing about Justice is out in the public, they're very, you know, very friendly and charismatic, and anybody can talk to them. Anybody can, you know, whatever. However, I think behind closed doors, there is a level of judgment here. There is a level where, you know, this person may feel the need, almost like they're better than you, and like you're beneath them, and like you're, you know, expected to listen to what they're saying. It's very much like this person, like if you're in a forest, right? This person is hyper focused on the tree on the bark, or the bark on the tree, and not the forest, right? And I think for you, Leo, but you're like, well, look at the beautiful forest. Look what it can be. And this person's like, yeah, but do you see the, you know, the bark on the tree? You know what I mean? Like they tend to hyper focus on things, and they're unable to see out of the box. They don't have the ability to say, okay, just because this doesn't fit in a box doesn't mean that it's right. Okay, one more thing with what Leo doesn't like about this person. Ten of Swords. I think that this person really hurt you. I think that there was definitely a lot of pain involved, either with a third party situation, or things just didn't end well, and possibly with a Gemini. And I feel like, you know, you felt the need to walk away at some point in time, and I think it's hard because you know that despite whatever is going on with you guys now, there is something there where it's like, yeah, but I know that this person can be a good person. This person is very sincere. Like, I know that there's a good person deep down that can be amazing. My personal opinion, and again, you know, take this for however you want it, is potential, right? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. What we do with that 24 hours is up to us. So if they have the ability to be a good person, but they're not doing it, then, you know, what does that say about them? It's also about, I feel like, knowing your worth as well, Leo. Can you give me one card for Leo, please, here? One message. Okay. Pack your bags. Get the hell out of town. It will make you both lovable again. I mean, again, this could be taken multiple ways. This could be taken as a fact like, hey, you guys need a vacation where it's just you and them to see if things can rekindle or you guys can go forward. Or how I take this is, you know, you just leaving that shit behind, packing whatever you have and then going, you know, like making some type of decision. I feel like this is going to go differently for different people because there are a lot of people watching this video. For me, especially with that Ten of Swords, I mean, if that person betrayed you in that matter, I mean, that's kind of hard to come back from. For me, at least. Okay, so Prince of Cups is here as your guys' situation or issue. So this can be a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio. It also can be a Gemini because Gemini comes up as this. Obviously, there's something here about seeking or exploring. Something's being given. This could be love. More information on this Prince of Cups. With the World, a learning opportunity, okay? Possibly with a Capricorn, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, or Aquarius. What needs to be learned here with the World? The Eight of Pentacles. How to work together. How to take direction. How to really hone in on your craft. Like, why are you doing it? Like, what's making you want to put the effort in? See, this is why, like, I do like Pentacles, because it's about physical work. Like, what do you have to show for it, right? It's like, okay, you're offering me this Prince of Cups. However, what the hell is behind it? Like, there has to be a level of work here. And I think that that's what's being said, is you can't, you know, offer something, and it's that Pisces energy, right? There's a level of secrecy behind it. Also, too, with it being so mutable, and again, Eight of Pentacles is also a mutable energy as well, because that's Virgo, but it's like it's changing. Like, something has to change. There has to be a level of communication here about what's changing, about what's being learned here, right? Something has to stop. There has to be some type of ending in order for something more to progress here. Okay, how does Leo feel about the Prince of Cups? Five of Pentacles. Okay, so obviously you feel like you're not with this person. You're being left out. You know, somebody had to leave, okay? And it could have been because that energy, there was just not enough movement here. It was a lot of, you know, false promises where there was nothing cashed, right? And I do think that there was a level of destruction within side of what was going on, possibly a level of like emotional manipulation. And I think that you felt like you had to get away from that and be alone. And that's definitely Virgo energy, right? The Hermit. It's really taking time to go within and figure out yourself. It's like this person is working on themselves. They're working on fixing, you know, themselves prior to trying to allow someone back in. It's also about results, right? Like, if you want something done, it's almost as saying you do it yourself, right? But I do think you go back and forth with this person because I feel like you really do love them. So it's like time apart for whatever reason, this Hermit card. Like, I do think it's good for you. However, I do think that, you know, you go back and forth, right? You toss back and forth the idea of what this person can be. And I do think that it puts you in your head a lot, because there is something here where, okay, well, what happens if it all comes down and it's just not what it's supposed to be? It's like you want to release, but you're really scared. One more card about the situation or issue. Okay, Five of Swords. It's like, here's the issue with the Five of Swords, and that's definitely Aquarius energy as well. That's Aquarius and Venus. You know, it's about, I feel like, you know, taking a very detached way of looking at life, right? It's also a level of betrayal. It's also the fact of something being done in order to hurt somebody else, right? But in reality, it's like this person is also hurting themselves. So this person could have done something really shady or shitty, or maybe you could have. And it's almost like that's really what kind of like took everything and like, I don't know, shaked it or shook it or whatever, and then like dumped it out, right? And it's like, now here, let's see where things fall. And whoa. I think for you, that's what created the level of change. Is this person lied, or they blocked, or they did something very shady. Maybe they were talking to somebody else. Maybe they were doing things behind your back that you didn't know about. And I think that that's what ultimately created that change and changed how you felt about that person and made them almost like an enemy. Like, that person is now somebody that you understand you have to put a level of distance between. Page of Swords. So that can be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. Pages are also earth elements, so this can also be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. However, I feel like those are the secondary, so maybe they're a Virgo rising, Virgo, you know, or like the earth signs, maybe they're rising or their, you know, moon rising or Venus. I don't think that it's necessarily may be their first sign here. You know, I just feel like for you guys also too, there was some type of revelation here where you realize, like, if I'm going to be with this person, like, I'm always going to have to feel like I have to check up on them, right? Like, let's keep it 100. Like, the Page of Swords is definitely that creep card, right? Where we're always stalking, we're always watching, we're always in a level of investigating, right? Seeking or challenging or exploring the fact that they may have something different here. And it's funny because I was asking for a card here, and this is perfect for Leo. You're hot, smart, and you have a great ass. I've never met one Leo who didn't have a great ass. Like, I'm going to keep it 100. Like, Leo has, like amazing. Like, any Leo dude I've ever seen, like, he has a bomb ass. Like, that's one thing. Like, they look fine. Okay? Same thing with the women. The women are always put together and absolutely stunning. Usually twerking. Like, you know, Vic's always twerking, but whatever. And then the backside of the card says, your person is lucky to have you. Right? Remind them. Okay, so this is then, like, let's take, like, a deeper look into this. And I know this reading is hella long, but YOLO. The fact that they have the ability to be with somebody who's as giving and as caring and as nurturing as you guys are, yo, that doesn't happen a lot. Like, there's people out here who are not like you, Leo, and the fact that you have to, like, remind them, fuck reminding them, remind yourself. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you're over in your bed, upset, crying, stressed out. No, like, this is to remind you, like, you are an amazing person, and anybody who has you, Leo, especially the elevated Leos, right? They're lucky to have you. And cross watchers, if this is reversed and the situation is reversed, then your partner is lucky to have you. The Leo is lucky to have you. Like, sometimes we forget to tell ourselves, like, hey, don't forget who you are. And just because this person may not see it and may not appreciate it, then they're not the person for you. And if you have to tell somebody, hey, maybe you forgot, let me break it down for you. Like, I'm only doing that one time, because if they don't see this, then girl, bye. I don't have the time. Time is money, and money is ticking, and I don't have time to explain to you why I am who I am. But also, too, it's acknowledging it to yourself. Like, who the fuck is Leo? You're the king of the fucking jungle. Hi, how are you? Hi, I'm Leo, king of the jungle. What's poppin'? Just in case you didn't know, okay, it all comes through me, right? Like, that's some shit, like, you guys have to think. Like, you have to have that type of, like, you know, that type of persona where you understand your worth and you do, like, regain that confidence back that I feel like this person has broken. So your block is a Chariot. Why is this the block or the issue? With strength. So I feel like, you know, and the fact that these are two major arcana that are coming up for what's blocking you, it is really moving forward. It's really understanding that, you know, either way, you're fine and you're winning. You need to stop trying to be so defensive and stop trying to defend something that just isn't working, right? It's like she's ready to, like, rip that dude's head off. You see how defensive she is? And I just think for you guys, something that's important, you know, is you guys are winning regardless. And I don't know if anyone's ever told you that, but it doesn't matter. The fact that, you know, the Chariot is here, it's like you guys can sit in a chariot and have the animals, you know, have the horses go forward, or you can hop on a tiger and become one with that tiger and force that tiger forward, right? Really channeling your inner self, really controlling your inner feelings or your inner ego. However, what I am going to tell you this is that a level of forward movement is needed, and you have to have the strength to let that happen. Princess of Cups, okay? Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. That can also be a situation. I mean, maybe somebody's pregnant. Maybe, you know, there's some type of new love offer here. And this isn't going to resonate for everybody, but I'm getting messages that I'm going to relay. So the people that are pregnant, you may have a hard time moving forward because you're pregnant, right? Simple as that. Or it can be the fact that, you know, there's just a lot of questions you may have. There's a lot of what ifs here, right? That's definitely Scorpio energy. But what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? Well, what happens if I walk away and then, you know, that's who I'm really supposed to be with? Like, I see you guys going back and forth in your head right now. But it's interesting because I'm going to say this. This is Venus in Scorpio. If your partner or you have a Venus in Scorpio, you know, that's all about a level of loyalty, but it's also, you know, sometimes about revenge. And there is, you know, this is hard to let go of. I feel like you and your person are very stubborn in some sense. How would Leo feel about this? The Prince of Wands. You know, I think for you guys, with this Prince of Wands coming out, you know, that's Sag or Gemini. It can also be any of the other ones. However, you are the king. You're not a prince, okay? I think for you, it would be going from the king to the Prince of Wands. It would be denoting yourself, taking a step down, right? It would be an immature portion of, you know, you. One that was challenging, one that was seeking, one that's, you know, a level of exploring, right? This is still a growing type of energy, but very uninformed, okay? And there's a difference, right? Why are you showing us this? What message do you want Leo to know about the block? What message do you want Leo to know about the block right now? The Lovers, okay? Gemini. Level of seduction here. One more time. What's something, you know, the Lovers with strength. A level of concentration, I think, honestly, it's like you really have to control this part of you. You really have to struggle or wrap your arms around, I don't want to say the ego, because I don't necessarily know if it's that, but it's almost like the fact that you want something to be something so bad, but you can't force it. It's like there is a lot of love here, and I think that that's what confuses you. However, if I'm looking here, you have the Seven of Wands with the Nine of Cups. There's a lot of clarity that's not needed, and I feel like, you know, or clarity that is needed here that needs to have a, you know, a light that's shown on it. However, it's just like the Nine of Cups. It may be too much. And I think for you and this person, it's either absolutely amazing or it's horrible. Like there's no middle ground here. Like you and this person, it's either hot or cold. You know what I mean? Seven of Wands or Nine of Cups. And my only thing with the Nine of Cups that I don't like about the Nine of Cups is that there's a level of overindulgence. You know what I mean? And it's almost like trying to do something in order to make up for something else. And that's how I look at it. One card here for the block. Okay, so it says time for anal, and then it says analyzing. Okay, analyzing a matter a little deeper. Okay, so I think what this is saying is like, hey, you know, we need to take a deeper look at what's going on, because there's stuff that you don't know, okay, that's going on with this person or about this situation, because the card that just came out is you think you got them all figured out and you don't. Okay, so obviously, you know, there's something that's hidden here that you don't know about. All right, so Leo, and it's funny because as I'm saying that there's something hidden that you don't know, bottom of the deck is the High Priestess, there's Taurus or Cancer, and then top of the deck is the Hierophant, okay? So obviously there is something here that isn't known. There's something that's going on behind the scenes that maybe you don't know about. Maybe that's a proposal from them. Maybe that's another person. I mean, it could be a multitude of things, right? But there's definitely something that you don't know. So really take a deeper look at the situation and at this person as a whole. Okay, so for your guys' outcome, you have the King of Wands, which is dope. This is definitely you, Leo, or it can be any of the fire signs, but primarily this is Leo. So as your outcome, if you guys want to find out more about this card, or this can actually be your person matching your energy, right? Coming up as your king or your better half, because you're fire. Maybe you're coming up as a queen. They're coming up as a king. Either way, if you want to find out more about this card, as well as how does your person feel about you romantically? What are their intentions to moving forward long term? What are they hiding from you? Because we did see some things being hidden. what are their next actions, your advice, and the outcome card, please feel free to click on the Vimeo link. The link will be in the comment section below. For those of you guys that this has provided enough clarity, I love you, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.